Hey, have you tried that new shamanic chakra bouncing qigong breathwork? No? But you're doing your neurolinguistic past life karma clearing DNA kundalini activations every morning, right? Whoa. There are so many freaking transformative practices for your personal growth. And sure, many of them are really good, but it doesn't have to be so complex. In this video, I'm going to share what I believe is the one practice to rule them all. At least in my mind, it is the most effective, most essential, most transformative practice I know. So let's dive in. All right, you amazing human. My name is Ben Hart, and in this video, we're talking about what I believe is the most powerful transformational practice you can know. If you dig the video I'm about to share, if you dig this content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below to get more. And if there's anyone out there in the world that you think could benefit from this video, please hit the like button because it will help them see it. All right, so for some context, for the last 10 years, I've been a part of building the Shift Network, where we worked with millions of people around the world, helping them get transformational content. So I was working with Marianne Williamson and Greg Braden and Neil Donald Walsh and Michael Beckwith and Don Miguel Ruiz, Anita Morjani, et cetera, hundreds of different transformational teachers. And so I was around a lot in the spiritual, personal growth realm around what practices, what insights were most transformative for people, what really made a difference. And for sure, there's a ton out there that can have a huge impact on your life. Absolutely. What I'm offering in this, though, is, if I was going to a desert island and I can only take one practice with me, this would be it. This is the essential one. It's not a great metaphor. Why would I only have one practice on a desert island? But it's what I'm working with. So the practice is the practice of pausing. And what I mean by that is the practice of recognizing and allowing yourself at any moment to just stop. Our lives are so busy. You're on the computer, you're on the phone, you're dealing with friends, you're dealing with family, all your responsibilities. Like, I know you are a very busy human being. And in the midst of that, you can be. You can stop. You can pause. You can recognize that you are sitting at the peaceful center of the eye of the storm, that the timeless, that the stillness is always available to you. And so what this would actually look like, as a practice would be at any moment throughout your day, just stopping, potentially just staring ahead and just being. Your mind will do its thing, your body will do its thing, the world will do its thing, and you're just there being, paused, stopped. And what this offers is that real opportunity to deepen into the witness, and deepen into the timeless, into the eternal that is always available, that we are moving around in, that all of this is arising in. It is always available for you to step into. And with that, deep fulfillment, deep peace, deep relaxation, deep joy is available. It bubbles up out of these pauses. And so, you don't need to treat this like it's not a meditation practice where, in the morning you sit down and you do your practice. It's an opportunity to let it begin to just become a part of your life. So whether you're, driving your car and you're at a traffic light and you just stop, and for a moment while you're waiting, you just pause, just stare ahead and let the moment be there. Or whether, sometimes at the end of the day, I'll sit down and I'll realize, I haven't really paused much today. And so I'll just sit in my chair and just be for a moment. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, nothing to change, nothing to fix, nothing to think about, nowhere to become, nothing to become. I mean, that's a lot of what it's about. It's like we are constantly focused on becoming. There is so much more we know is available for us. There's so much we feel responsible for. There's so much to do. There's always more happening. And the invitation is to, along with becoming, which is an essential part of being a human being, to also be. Also be. Pause into your being. So I want to give credit where credit is due. A number of teachers talk about pausing, but the teacher who talked about it with me that most penetrated into my life was Richard Rudd, who I talk about in various videos. And so I just want to share a few words about pausing from him. He says, "In the pauses, we stop what we're doing, and for a brief moment, we simply stare ahead. In these moments, which occur more regularly than most of us realize, we experience the unbroken field of consciousness that lives behind our life. Every pause you become aware of is an archway of awareness, leading to an experience of timelessness. So, just pause. You can pause. That's something I actually say to myself a lot, is reminding myself that it's okay to pause. In the midst of the chaos and the drama and the intensity of life, you can pause. And, one thing I want to acknowledge about this is, in the pauses, it might not be so comfortable all the time. I've talked about the stillness and the peace and the joy and the fulfillment that's available, and that's all true. But at the same time, part of what keeps us from stopping sometimes is the anxiety, is the discomfort, is the fear that will become present if we actually stop. And so I find that for myself, for sure, as I started pausing more, as I started really just relaxing and being, there's a discomfort, there's anxiety, there's things that I don't want to feel, and often my busyness in life was trying to distract myself from being with that. And I just want to name that that's totally normal. And what I would invite, a reframe around it is, there's the more you feel, the more free you become. So while it may be a place where you don't want to go, you want to bounce out of it, you pause and you feel this anxiety or whatever the case may be, and you don't want to go there, what I actually just want you to know is that the more you stay there with it, the more opens up. There's an alchemical process of bringing awareness to what is, that heals, that opens, that transforms. And so the more that you actually let yourself pause, the more your experience of discomfort, of anxiety, of fear, of life will shift and change. For sure. So I invite you to pause. I invite you to try it out. Let's even just pause for a moment right now. This might be a little weird with me on video, but I'm just going to stare off. I invite you to just stare off. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, nothing to be, just pause. All right. And what you might find over time is that you just want to linger there. There's a sweet feeling of ease that arises. As you touch more into the eternity, into the timeless, into the eternal moment that is now, you just want to be there all the time. And you can more and more. We can choose to pause. We can choose to identify more with the backdrop of the eternal, of what remains, of what is always here all the time. I want to leave you with a story about this. I might even drop this in farther, which comes from Gangaji. So for those of you who don't know, Gangaji is a spiritual teacher and amazing, amazing Western teacher. And she is in the lineage from Ramana Maharshi. So her teacher was Papaji, who's from Ramana. And when she first went to her teacher, when she first went to Papaji, he told her to stop the seeking, to stop the doing, to stop. And as she stopped, he said, and stop even that. Even the stopping. Stop. That's a paradox. Like our mind can't contain that, can't hold that. The opportunity there is to have your mental concepts of how to stop, of how to pause, shattered in a way, and truly drop into a full stop. And so pausing, stopping, pausing may be the same thing to you, maybe not. But what I'm offering is that the rabbit hole goes deep toward awakening through pauses. It's not just about accessing a little more peace. It's not just actually getting below your anxiety. There is a whole invitation there to truly stop everything you are doing and recognize what remains. So, I hope you dug this video. If you liked it, please hit the subscribe button for more. If you think there's anybody out there who would benefit from hearing about pausing, please hit the like button because it'll help them find it. And if there is one thing you leave this video having heard, I want it to be that you are awesome. Much love. Until next time, I'm Ben Hart.